Hello, word. I'm Alex, and welcome back to another episode where we explore the wonderful world of English vocabulary. Today, our word of the day is description. A description is an explanation of what something is. Think of it as painting a picture with words. It's telling someone about the qualities, appearance, or characteristics of something. We use description all the time to help others understand what we're talking about. Imagine you're telling a friend about a delicious cake you ate. You might give a description of its frosting, its texture, and its overall taste. That's a description in action. So, a description is all about giving details. To further expand our understanding of description, let's look at some synonyms. Synonyms are words that have similar meanings. One synonym for description is account. For example, the news account of the accident was very detailed. Another useful synonym is portrayal. A portrayal suggests a visual description or representation. You might say, the artist's portrayal of the sunset was breathtaking. We can also use the word representation as a synonym. This emphasizes that the description is a stand-in for the actual thing. For instance, this map is a representation of the city's layout. Explanation is another synonym focusing on making something clear. The teacher gave a clear explanation of the grammar rule. Finally, consider depiction, which often refers to visual arts, but can also be used more broadly. The novel offers a vivid depiction of life in the 19th century. Now, let's switch gears and explore antonyms of description. Antonyms are words that have opposite meanings. A key antonym for description is ambiguity. Where a description aims to be clear, ambiguity suggests uncertainty or lack of clarity. For example, the instructions were full of ambiguity, making them difficult to follow. Another antonym is vagueness. If something is vague, it lacks specific details. The witness's statement was characterized by vagueness. We can also consider obscurity as an antonym. Obscurity implies that something is hidden or not easily understood. The meaning of the poem was lost in obscurity. The word concealment can be an antonym, particularly if the description is intended to reveal something. Concealment of the facts prevented the truth from being known. Furthermore, distortion can be seen as an antonym as it suggests that the description provided is an inaccurate or misleading representation. The politician accused the newspaper of distortion in its report. So, think of description as being the opposite of ambiguity, vagueness, obscurity, concealment, and distortion. How do we use description in everyday life? Well, everywhere. If you're giving someone directions, you're using description. Turn left at the building with the blue description. If you're recommending a movie, you're providing a description of the plot and characters. If you're selling something online, you need to write a good description to attract buyers. In fact, writing a good description is a skill that's valued in many jobs, from marketing to journalism. Common expressions like beyond description are often used to convey that something is too wonderful or awful to put into words. For example, the view from the mountaintop was beyond description. Or consider the phrase job description, which refers to a detailed explanation of the responsibilities and tasks associated with a particular job. I read the job description carefully before applying. Here are some more usage examples of description in sentences and phrases. The police asked the victim to give a description of the thief. The travel brochure provided a detailed description of the hotel amenities. Her description of the event was so vivid, I felt like I was there. Can you give me a description of the book you're reading? The product description online was misleading. The detective relied on the eyewitness description. The patient provided a description of their symptoms to the doctor. The author's description of the landscape was beautiful. The artist created a realistic description of the scene. The lawyer argued that the witness's description was unreliable. The witness statement contained an accurate description of the events. His description of the animal was vague and unhelpful. The real estate agent gave a glowing description of the property. The technical manual provided a comprehensive description of the device. The chef gave a delicious description of the dish. The teacher asked the student to write a description of their favorite place. The museum label provided a concise description of the artwork. The online description didn't match the actual product. She wrote a detailed description of her dream vacation. The tour guide gave a captivating description of the historical site. The website offers a helpful description of each service. The company is looking for someone with experience in content creation and description writing. The professor gave a thoughtful description of the philosophical concept. The journalist wrote a powerful description of the refugee camp. The scientist provided a clear description of the experiment's methodology. So, remember that description is all about providing details and helping others understand what you're talking about. We learned that synonyms for description include account, portrayal, representation, explanation, and depiction. We also covered antonyms like ambiguity, vagueness, obscurity, concealment, and distortion. And we saw how description is used in everything from giving directions to writing job applications. Thanks for joining me on Hello Word. I hope you found this episode helpful. If you did, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your support helps others find the show, and that means we can help even more people learn English. Now, I have a challenge for you. Can you create your own sentence using the word description? Share it as a comment under the video. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Until next time, happy learning!